Hey, Vestas, how you doing? It is one day after Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone that's listening to this video, you had a great Thanksgiving. A great Thanksgiving if you celebrate holidays. Trust me, I've been there before. And I hope if you're traveling or at home, or if you're going to travel, please be safe wherever you go. Oh, here we go. Hold on. As you know, we got a show that's going to be brewing in the next 48 hours at the Cleveland Browns Stadium. I think it's called Huntington Stadium. I think it is Hunted, but I'm going to go ahead and move forward. As we know, shedeursanders and the Cleveland Browns have a new test this week. I'm going to call it a new win that they did not see coming at all this year from the Cleveland Browns. So the last time I was rooting for the 49ers was February 11, 2024, when the San Francisco 49ers lost to the Chiefs by 3 points. The score of that Super Bowl was 22-25. That was heart-wrenching. If you watched the Super Bowl 2 years ago, oh my gosh, that was unbelievable, but it was dynamic. It was a good fight. It was a good win, but it was even a more devastating loss to the 49ers and to the 49ers fans. So yes, I've cheered for the 49ers. I've cheered for the 49ers years ago, and also started loving the 49ers when I was a little girl and I saw Michael Jackson on front of that jet cover with the 49 San Francisco jackets a long time ago, back in the 1980s. That's when I first fell in love with San Francisco, but we're going to continue to move forward. But as of this weekend, the 49ers is my enemy because they're going against my nephew, shedeursanders. Yeah, but that was a very good Super Bowl. Usher was the halftime performance, and that was very good. Very, very, very good. So we're going to continue to move forward. So it is definitely going to be a challenge for SHEDEUR, but if you have been following him from the Colorado Buffaloes and JSU, and of course high school, he has seen different defensive strategies before and different looks. But a lot of people are saying that this is going to be a challenge for him because the San Francisco have already had a small, very small sample size of his talent. They're going to be in the world of trouble. They're going to be in a world of trouble. Yes, shedeursanders and the Cleveland Browns have provided them with a small sample size of what shedeursanders can do. But on an NFL stage, shedeursanders have not been released yet. Okay? That eye of the tiger has come out. So that game tomorrow is at 1 p.m. on Sunday. Not tomorrow, on Sunday. As of now, they have a record of 3-8, which they are dead last in their division. The Bengals won last night, but I think, hey, we keep going with this momentum and get a few more wins. We may be fighting for, believe it or not, second place. I would definitely love to fight for first place, but I'll take second place this year. 2 weeks ago, Jimmy said, oh, no, Kevin Stefanski, whatever you're doing, this foolishness and clownery got to stop now. Jimmy started hollering and kicking 1 week after his revenue dropped so low that the tickets were $9 and $6 and $1. It's playing about the $1, but they were heading that way. Jimmy said, no, Kevin, whatever you're doing, stop this foolishness now. Jimmy's pocket started drying up. Even though he's a billionaire, he started feeling them ones and twos leaving his pocket, and he said, no, we got to stop this foolishness. So here's the current ticket prices that are for the game. It's not too bad, averaging about, some seats are $29 depending on where you sit. Of course, there are a few seats around the $50 to $80 mark. Of course, they got some $460s, $800 depending on where you want to sit. So hey, Jimmy is, at least he hasn't. I thought he really was going to gouge the prices because he lost so much in revenue and merchandise. Of course, after we saw that they wasn't going to let shedeursanders play, a lot of people stopped buying merchandise, and then a lot of people just stopped, coming to the games. So y'all remember that game? That stadium was half full when shedeursanders had to get out there in the second half after Dylan Gabriel went down versus that game. So we know what we're talking about. That stadium was half full. But this weekend right here, we know that Cleveland Browns is going to show up and fill every seat inside the house and outside the stadium. It's going to be a good game. Let's keep moving forward. Hey, and I'm going to tell you, I'm beating my chest for one reason. I don't know if SHEDEUR or any of his family members saw my heartfelt message to him maybe 3 weeks ago, or if he got in the atmosphere. And I'm going to say yes, somebody heard it, because SHEDEUR, I'll tell you why at the end of this video. But that young man, poise have changed, and he took my advice. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to claim that he took my advice. But we definitely going to talk about that. All right, we're going to talk about the Vegas odds regarding this game. A lot of people say this game is going to be close, but it's also going to be a very difficult game because of the weather. As of now, the weather in Cleveland Browns is forecasting a temperature of 39 degrees. It will be above freezing, but that's a cold game. But I also think that's going to work in favor of SHEDEUR and the Cleveland Browns, because SHEDEUR, as you know, he played in Boulder, Colorado. Very, very, very cold climate. The 49ers, they're coming from a very warm and humid climate. That's going to work in favor of SHEDEUR and the Cleveland Browns. And of course, they got home field advantage, so you know how that works. And the fans are going to be there. Cleveland Brown fans is going to be there. That dog pound is going to be hollering. The fans are going to be standing up every time the 49ers is going to get on the field. That dog pound in that stadium is going to be rocking. What? The 49ers is not going to come in and steal it. I'm sorry. The 49ers is not going to come in and take this game from the Cleveland Browns on this momentum. Jerry Jeudy, I'm watching you. All right, that's all I'm going to say. You already know what I'm talking about. Okay, so my prediction for the game is going to be, I think it's going to be a tight game, but I think we're still going to come out of this. My prediction for the game is going to be 28-24. As of now, most people is betting that the final result of the game will be 20-17 with the 49ers up. They said that it's going to be a very close game, but it's going to be a very good game. So as of now, the 49ers are favored to win against the Browns, with the odds ranging from 4.5 to 6.5 points on the spread. They are favoring the 49ers to win. And the over and under for the total score is set to 35.5 to 38.5. Besides Jerry Jeudy, hey, Kevin Stefanski, you are on the clock also. We're watching you too. Some gentleman was right on social media. Who punts the ball on a 29-yard line? Kevin Stefanski. Listen, you already know my feelings about you. Do not punt a ball on the 29-yard line. Who does that, Kevin? You should be investigated just for that game alone. Despite the discrimination, a grievance against equal opportunity, civil rights, hostile work environment, and everything else, that alone should get you investigated. Who does that? Whew. Kevin, you know what you were doing. Sanders is going to ball out. What did SHEDEUR say in that press conference last week? SHEDEUR Sanders said, this is what he said. SHEDEUR Sanders said, I play the way that I play because I visualized the game the week before. That's the way I talk, I walk the way that I walk, and I can do the things that I do because I've already played the game in my head. SHEDEUR Sanders. And I'm trying to say, just by that alone, we can tell that they switch Dylan characteristics with SHEDEUR characteristics. Vice versa, they strengthen their weaknesses. SHEDEUR Sanders, once he get on that field, SHEDEUR Sanders is the supercomputer. SHEDEUR Sanders is the supercomputer. The way that he processes things, SHEDEUR Sanders is the supercomputer, not Dylan Gabriel. Just by that quote alone, the Cleveland Browns knew that they switched up them players. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's 2 videos I did about 3 weeks ago called The Players Exchange, the failed experiment at Cleveland. The information that I put in those videos was valid, consistent, accurate, and backed up by evidence. Go ahead out there and see it. Go ahead and watch those videos. Why is this see you auntie so happy right now? I'm gonna tell you right now. So if you're watching the screen, this was shedeur Sanders at the beginning of his career at the Cleveland Browns. As we know, he has always been a very happy and giddy and very fun-loving young individual. Here's the video that I did about 4 weeks ago, titled "Conversation with NFL Player SHEDEUR If I Was His Real Auntie." Even though they only got 129 views on it, I was proud of that video. That was maybe about my 7th video ever. So I was very proud about those numbers. But I'm going to play a snippet of this video, play a snippet of the audio, and then I'm going to show you the demeanor of SHEDEUR on the field doing his first NFL game with the Raiders. And then I'm going to show you a small snippet of his post-game demeanor after the wins because of the Raiders. SHEDEUR Sanders' demeanor was very tight, very professional, and he did drop that smile. I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of that video so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know this is part of your personality. It's almost your signature. You have a beautiful smile. You have a wonderful smile. But I need you to drop that smile, and I need you to adopt the eye of the tiger. Because the strength and the talent and the aura that you have, if you drop that smile and show that eye of the tiger that you have on that field, they'll start looking at you different. Stop laughing, stop giggling, stop certain things because how the camera is picking it up. I even heard someone call you, I can't remember what it was, but I know it's kind of degrading for a young man at your age. They don't take you serious. They don't take you serious because I know. If you drop that smile, and when you walk into that building, you just straight face, and you walk out of that building and you straight face, and you on that field and you practice straight face, and you look heaven directly in his eyes, straight face, without that smile, he's gonna tighten up. They're gonna know something's different about you. Then what you do, you pique their curiosity. That's just how you do it. Well, I look, hey, I totally understand. If you want to continue to conduct yourself in that manner, which is, hey, be authentic. However, you at the workplace and how you conduct yourself at the workplace is a lot about how people will approach you, conduct their discussions with you, and how they'll part ways with you. So if you don't get it right now, hey, this is just onto your advice. If you don't get it right now, guess what? Eventually you'll see it. You're going to get older and you're going to get wiser and you're going to see. But hey, this is just Auntie's advice to you. Yeah, definitely work on it. And guess what? It's just a recommendation. You want to continue to be yourself? Be yourself. But all I'm saying is, when you walk into that building, you walk into that campus or that compound, you're at work. So trust me, I tell you what, just try it one time. Just try it. Don't talk to nobody, no side conversations. Just be quiet. Just let the locker room just feel your energy shift. And everybody would take notice and eventually start falling in line. But the way that they have scrutinized you, devalued you, dehumanized you, and all they see is you just laughing and giggling about it, it's not coming across the way that you think it is. Continue to lean on God. Trust not your own understanding. Yes, continue to know that your path has already been established. Yes, continue to do that. But I'm just telling you, right now in the flesh, show them who you are. Develop that eye of the tiger. Now look, I got this fight to catch. Yeah, I know. I'm in and out of the airports.
Hey, so that is a conversation that I came up with, of course, if I was SHEDEUR's real auntie about 4 weeks ago. Let me show you what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna let you go, because if you didn't see the press conference after the game last week, you know that shedeursanders had that eye of the tiger. If you haven't watched that video, shedeursanders has the eye of the tiger now. And before I show you that, let me show you him walking across the field. He's locked in. That eye of the tiger. When shedeursanders is on that field, he is a different person inside that helmet. And as you go see, nephew go start a smile and he go drop that smile. He's gonna do it to show that he is approachable. He's gonna drop that smile just to show them he ain't playing with them no more. Hold one.
There's a lot of things that you could go back in a game and look back and want to redo.
Sure, you're like, we're trying to pull off right?
Yeah.
But now another week as it starts.
Yeah, that was just jokes, man. That was jokes. A lot of people took that out of context, but you understand the past 6-7 months been hard, so I wanna definitely be thankful that I am able to work out with those guys, and knowing I do have a great defense, and knowing I came this far. So I was truly amazed. I was truly happy, of course, in that moment that, the work has been paying off. But I'm not comfortable.
I say that all to say, what can reasonably expect you in your second start? What do you kind of expect for yourself in the second start?
I'll say to do my job.
You did allude to after the game, kind of for the first time, just how hard this past 6 months really has been for you, which for the most part you put on a happy face for us, and you had that smile, and you had that great attitude and everything, but this was a lot harder on you, wasn't it, than you really let on, and why and how were you able to just not show it as much as you did?
Well, first and foremost, I got God, so through that, He's able to protect me through everything, but we're in a good moment now, and I don't like looking back. I don't like looking back at the past, and how I was feeling in that moment or however it was, because I'm here now. So I don't ever dwell on the past and things that happened before. Chilling, relaxing, thankful. Mm-hmm.
I asked the question to your father and followed up with you and went a little viral about feeling the pressure of having to perform at a different level.
Yeah.
Been like that your entire life.
Has it changed?
That's what I'm about to ask you. How did you feel coming into it? Is it changing the pro level?
I'm not gonna lie, I felt very relaxed. And half of that comes from preparing, studying, and knowing I got God on my side. So throughout all that, I had no worries. I didn't feel nervous or anything before the game, because, He took all my worries and everything away.
SHEDEUR, just how do you summarize this performance? How do you feel like you're starting to be
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Coming up here before y'all, 6-7 months ago, I couldn't tell you I'll be here. God, the only way I'm able to even get through everything, being able to see my family, that was important, and I'm happy they was here to be able to witness it. But without God, nothing possible, honestly, and I mean that truly and dearly. And everybody starts different places, and like I say, just because I didn't get the summer reps, just because I wasn't in the best situation, for me to be prepared to go out there and execute, like from a summer standpoint, that's how life is. Everybody's not in everybody's not in the best situation, but it's no excuse.
There you have it. Doesn't that seem like that young man He has changed his attitude towards the media, and he has them right where he wants them, in the palm of his hands. All right, Vesters, until next time, make sure you get your notes and your drink and your vest, because we vested up today. I'll be chiming back in about 9 o'clock tonight, between 9 and 11, because the local football team in Georgia, we go into the round 3 of the state playoff games. And wherever you are, make sure you root for these local high school football players, because it's going to be a good game. All right, talk to you later. And just remember, the eye of the tiger speaks power.